Hey, good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could be with me this morning, Tuesday, February 1st, 2022. Here at Forex Smart Trade, our mission is to help you be the best version of yourself. And we do that by teaching you how to currency trade with our very accurate proprietary trading tools. And we supplement that with one-on-one personalized training, which we think is really the most efficient and effective way to figure out how to currency trade. And we are so confident in how well our tools and training work. We back that up with a guarantee. And that guarantee is that once you've been trained, we will let you trade with company funds and split what you make. During this session, I will focus on two different signals that we have. We've got probably a dozen different signals. One is something called 10-point trade, which is kind of my bread and butter signal. And then another is a little scalp trade called the thick orange line trade. So with that, let's get going. We first need to listen to this guy. So let's do that.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
All right, that guy's kind of a bummer in the morning to listen to. But one of the great things about the program is that we do these live trades where we've got a trader come online. While you watch, they do their analysis. So it's a bit of a teaching moment. And then they recommend a trade. And you yourself can evaluate how accurate the tools work and whether they resonate with you. We do many live trades. When you're in the light program, you get access to what's up here in the yellow. So we are at this session right now. There's another session at 9:30 a.m. today. When you are in the a regular member, we do a trade in the morning at 10 a.m. We do a trade in the evening at 10 a.m. We do a trade on Sunday. And then we also have additional paid trades. So lots of opportunities to watch a trader trade, and then you get the benefit of one, being able to confirm the accuracy of the tools, see different signals, because different traders like to use different signals, and you get a free trade from somebody who knows what they're doing. All right, so with that, I work off of a kind of a little trade routine. That trade routine is, first I make sure everything is running and connected, my MetaTrader 4 and my green chart. I did that before we came on. Everything looked good. Good practice is to be able to review your day's activity at the end of the day. Last night we did not take a trade from the live trade. The recommended setup I took closed, actually closed before I went to bed yesterday. Usually I don't expect that to close till the morning. In fact, after it did close, I took a look and then ended up taking another trade that also closed. So good habit to review. As we are technical traders, which means we're trading based on the price action, because that's what the chart is the algorithm in the chart is very good at figuring out. news does impact currency prices. So we want to know what upcoming news there is so that we can trade around it. And we do that by taking a look at forexfactory.com. And forexfactory.com breaks news down into 3 categories. Yellow is low impact, orange is medium impact, and red is high impact. And we have some red items coming up today. We've got at 8:30 a.m. On the Canadian dollar gross domestic product, and at 10 a.m. on the USD. We've got JOLTS job openings and ISM manufacturing. So we need to think about. We've got 3.5 hours until this happens. Usually, I like to be out of the currency pair 2 hours beforehand to give me a little buffer, because I don't know how this is going to impact the price movement. We're within the 2 hours on the Canadian, so we will probably ignore trading on the Canadian dollar right now. So with that, let's just get right into our trades. This light 6 major is one of the standard charts. I like to call it the composite chart because it is showing us 6 different currency pairs. On this first chart, it's all US based and it's on a 1-hour candle. I principally trade off of a 1-hour candle. When we get you into coaching, as we review the various signals with you, we will find one that kind of resonates with you and create a trade plan around it. But when you first come into the program, we principally use that 5-minute chart to trade with as a means of being able to give you more opportunities to trade, and it's a little bit simpler chart to analyze. So when I start with this 10-point trade, I start with the middle section, the majors and minors, and I am red and green lines are the major indicators, black and gray are the minor indicators. I am looking for situations where we are overbought, which is above this blue line, and the lines are pointing down, or oversold, which is this red line, and the lines are pointing up. So right here on the AUD USD, we are overbought and going up. I usually avoid taking trades when we are overbought and going up because I don't know how much of a move there is left here. And on a 1-hour chart, I am usually looking for between 5 and 35 pips. And the sweet spot for me is around 10 pips, 11 pips, 12 pips, right in that range. I don't know how much of a move there is here. And when we're overbought, at some point we're going to start going down. I don't want to get caught here. I'd rather take a trade when the lines are going down and catch the run through the channel until it gets oversold. So we're going to pass Euro USD overbought going up. So we're going to pass Pound USD overbought. Minors are starting the turn, but they're really more sideways, and the majors are more sideways. Minors are going up, so I don't have agreement. I want to have agreement. My goal is to get at least 7 of the 10 lines in agreement. So I start with the majors and minors. If I don't see that agreement on the majors and minors, I don't have to look anymore. I'll just go on to the next chart. USD Canadian. We actually have the signal here. We are oversold. Everybody's going up. The majors haven't quite got to the halfway line, or they're just about touching the halfway line. So normally, as long as it's less than halfway, I will consider it. and the green line is crossed over the red and the gray line is crossed over the black. So I've got 3 points here. One, that they were oversold. Two, everybody's going up. And three, the green is on top and the gray is on top. I also like this because the line, if you look at the green line, it's less steep and it goes more steep. So that's good. The line's getting steeper. The more steepness to this line, the better. Our issue, however, is it's the Canadian dollar, and we've got some news coming up. Now, I am guessing that this news is starting to leak. That's why this is going up. Because if you'll notice, here the USD is the first pair. Here the USD is the second pair. So this is telling me that the euro is getting stronger against the dollar, so the dollar is getting weaker. Here it's telling me the dollar is getting stronger, so the Canadian dollar is getting weaker. So I'm guessing this news is negative against the dollar, and we're already starting to see that here. It's started to leak, and some traders are trading on it. But we don't do that. We're not fundamental traders. We go strictly on the price action. And since we've got news coming up, I am going to skip this, even though we've got the first part of the signal. And actually, if I were to continue to do the analysis, next part is to go up to the TNTs. How many lines are consistent with what I'm seeing here? Thin orange is going up. Thick orange is going up. Thick blue is coming down. Thick blue is inversely related. So when thick blue comes down, that means buy. Dotted blue is going down. So I got all four telling me buy. I have sideways pressure with green on top, and the green line's going up. So this is 8 points here. It's a good signal, but we're not going to take it because it is we're within the window of the news coming out. USD Swiss franc oversold, still going down. USD yen oversold. Minors are going up, majors going down, so we don't have agreement. So we're going to pass. Euro pound. Oversold. Everybody's going up. We're not quite halfway. So I've got 3 points here. Jumping up to the TNTs, 2 orange lines going up, thin blue coming down, so there's 3 here. And going down to my pressure, see, the key is each of these sections is measuring something different. If I get agreement across all 3 sections, that creates a high probability for a good trade. And I'm looking for those high probability trades. And really, I only need 2 or 3 of them a day to be able to make good money. So when I see that setup, I've got the highest probability of making a trade that's going to make me some money. So here, I've got sideways pressure, but the red line is on top. I want the pressure either going up, or I want the green line on top on a buy trade. So I don't have that. I've got 7 points, but I don't have a point from the pressure section. So I'm going to pass. It's a little, still a little bit early. AUD JPY. We didn't quite get to the oversold portion before we started turning up, but we do have everybody going up with the double cross. Only thing I don't like, so I've got 3 points here. Only thing I don't like is I don't like the steepness of the green line. I'd rather see it a little bit more steep like we see it here. 2 orange lines going up, dotted blue coming down. So I get 3 of the 4 here. And I have up pressure. Got up pressure. So I've got 7 points. When I have 7 points, that is telling me I've got the initial part of the signal. Now, when I have the initial part of the signal, I need to do a little bit more analysis. And that a little bit more analysis goes back to my chart here. I now want to know, I want support from the other time frames that it's a good trade to get into. Then I want to know where the support and resistance is and what the trend is. So let's go ahead, since we've got the initial part of the signal here. You know what? I'm going to keep looking. Who can tell me why I'm going to keep looking? Both of these pairs are going into evening. Morning here, but it's now evening in Australia and evening in Japan. I want to take a trade where it's morning time for at least one of the pairs. So even though I've got the signal here, and it's actually getting a little bit stronger while we've been talking, because the green line the slope of the green line has changed. It's pulled up closer to what the miners are doing. The indicator isn't as accurate when there's not high volume. And as we enter into the night of both of these pairs, the volume's not going to be as high. So that means we're going to have to wait longer for the trade to execute. And I'm ideally looking to get in and out from between 1 and 3 hours. The only time that's not true is when I am taking that overnight trade. On that overnight trade setup that I send out, I'm looking for that to close around 2 or 3 in the morning. So this, I'm going to see if we can find something else. Euro Canadian overbought going up. AUD NZD, again, we've got the same issue. This is a good signal. We've got 4 here. We've got up pressure here. We've got actually 9 points. We've got 3 here. We've got 4 here, and we've got 2 here. We've got up pressure plus the green line on top. So this is kind of as good as it gets. The problem is it's for 2 pairs that are approaching nighttime. So I'm going to pass again. Pound yen, we're in the middle of the channel. Euro, Australian dollar, oversold going down. Nothing there. So let's keep going. Canadian dollar yen, oversold going down. Euro New Zealand dollar, we're in the middle of the channel, more than halfway, so we're going to pass. Pound New Zealand dollar, middle of the channel, more than halfway. And again, usually you can see these two, both with the New Zealand dollar, they're very close. The setups are almost the same with the pressure. New Zealand dollar yen, again, good signal, but the problem is it's very similar to what we saw with the Australian dollar yen. It's not prime time for these guys. So this is a good setup. 3 here, not quite halfway. 3 here, up pressure with red on top, but at least we have up pressure. So again, because it's not prime time, I'm going to pass. Gold, dollar, overbought and sideways. Bitcoin dollar, we're oversold. Things are starting to go up, but the majors are more sideways than up. So I am going to pass. So let's go to our fourth chart. This is unusual that we get shut out twice we get shut out in the morning. Sometimes it happens in the evening, but in the morning usually there's something good here for us. Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, overbought going up. And again, this news you can see is starting to, we're seeing the impact of it it changed here and is still pushing up. Swiss franc, yen, we're more than halfway. This is a nice signal though. But I'm going to pass because we're almost through the channel. Euro yen, oversold going up. We're just starting to get the double cross here with the majors. The green is just starting to get there. I don't like it because I'd like to see this a little steeper, and I'd like to see the cross a little bit better. But if I go up to my TNTs, I only have 2 of the 4 here. Thick orange is going up, dotted blue is coming down, both telling me buy, but it's only 2 of the 4. I want at least 3 of the 4. So this weakness here is translated here. So again, not a good trade. Pound, Australian dollar. We're in the channel more than halfway. Again, nice signal. What makes this a nice signal here, and we caught this a little earlier, is all the lines are together, clustered together, and there's nice steepness in the line, especially the green line. But again, I want to catch it. I've got my particulars. I want to catch it when it's up here. And one of the great things about our tools, you know, this may be a trade that's acceptable to you based on your risk parameters. But the nice thing is you can go back and you can back test it, and you can see, all right, when I see this, is there enough pips here to make it worth my while? For me, no, but for you, maybe. New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc, we are oversold, but minors are going up, majors aren't there yet, so we're going to pass. And the Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, oversold and still going down. Oversold and still going down. Again, that's based on that news on the Canadian dollar. All right, so we've gone through 24 pairs using the 10-point trade, and there is nothing there this morning, which is kind of unusual. So we're going to change gears and use a second signal and see if we can get a little scalp trade using the second signal. And the second signal is based on what's happening on this thick orange line here. And this thick orange line number is a scaled number. When the line is as high as it can go, this number up here gets to 10. When it's as low as it can go, it goes to 0. When it's at 10, it is telling us, hey, I don't think there's any more up in the movement. If there's no more up in the movement, that is a good buy, a good sell trade. Likewise, when it's at 0, it's saying, hey, I don't believe there's any more down left in the movement. If there's no more down left in the movement, that's a good buy. So I am looking for situations where this is 0 or 10. So 7 isn't close enough, and it can be within 1 point of either end. So you can go from 9 to 10 or 0 to 1. So let's just go through and see if we see a 0 or 1, or 0 or 10. 5 isn't close enough. 3 isn't close enough. 10. All right, yes, I have the 10. Problem is, this is Canadian. When I see the 10, I don't want to just trade on one piece of information. What I want to do is I want to have something that confirms to me that there's no more up in the movement. And where I get that confirmation is by looking at what the majors and minors are doing. I want to see the majors and minors both well overbought, both well above the blue line. Now, the minors are over the blue line. Ideally, I'd like to see it higher, but the majors are still on the channel. So this is telling me there's more up in the movement. So since this is telling me there's more up in the movement, even though I've got a 10 here, I'm going to pass. I want this, the TNTs, the thick orange at 10, and I want the majors and minors way above the blue line. When I have both conditions, that's a good trade. It's worth 5 pips on the 1 hour chart. And I want to take this trade when there's less than 5 minutes left to the top of the hour. So right before the candle changes, and we're right at that point now. So let's keep going. 3 isn't close enough. 6 isn't close enough. Let's go to the next group. 4 isn't close enough. 5 isn't close enough. 10, yes. Ooh. So I've got 10. It's been at 10 the last 2 hours. You can see it's 10 now. It was 10 last hour. And when I look at the majors and minors, they're all well above the line. So this is the perfect signal. This is the perfect signal. The issue, however, is we've got a news item coming. And because we have a news item coming, I'm not going to take the trade, even though I expect this trade to close within the next hour, which is before that 8:30 time slot. I don't want to get stuck. I don't want to get stuck because when there is a news item, there can be a big push either way. So I don't want to take a chance of getting stopped out because the news item causes it to bounce up and then pull back. So this is the signal I'm looking for, but because there's news, I'm not going to take it. Euro, Australian dollar, New Zealand 3, no. 0.1 on the pound yen. Now here I'm not as I still prefer it. So here this is good. It's between 0 and 1. But look where my majors and minors are. They're still in the channel. I want them down here, like I've got them here. 3.9 isn't close enough, so let's go to our next pair. Again, we've got the signal here. Good signal here. It's been at basically 0 for the last 2 hours. Everybody is oversold, going down. Way beyond the line. Problem is, it is on a news item coming up. So good signal, but because of the news, we're not going to trade. Euro, New Zealand dollar, not close enough. Pound, New Zealand dollar, not close enough. Not close enough, not close enough, not close enough. Let's go to the next one. Oh, everything with the Canadian dollar is we're at 10, and boy, this is as good as it gets. Just look how high these lines are above the blue line. But again, I'm going to pass because we've got the news coming up on it. 3.5 not close enough. 2.1 not close enough. 2.3 not close enough. 3.9 not close enough. And again, Canadian dollar. We've got the great signal, 0.03. Again, been there the last 2 hours, and everybody is down. Notice last hour, had we taken this, we had 0. The lines were below, and I would argue they would have been right here. Let me see if I can put a line in so you can see that better. See, the red line here isn't quite down far enough for me. I'd like to see the red line a little further down before I take this. But had you mistakenly taken this trade, because we've got 0 last hour and the lines are below, but like I said, I like to see them really below, like we're seeing here, you would have got stopped out here. This is a big move. It's still going down. It's not quite there yet. So we got less than a minute left, or did it? Oh, it already changed. Yeah. Again, I'm staying out of it because of the news. So I am sorry, gang. Again, no trade this morning. That's unusual, but it does happen, and um, we don't want to trade just to be trading. We want to trade when we see a good setup. And as a new trader, that's the thing you've got to get comfortable with, being able to pass on a trade. I don't need to be in the market every minute. I just need to be in the market when I see a good signal, and I can get in and get out. Let's see if we have any comments. What indicators are you using to show that it's overbought or oversold? This middle section here of the chart, this red line is oversold, this blue line is overbought. So when the lines are up here, it's overbought, and I want them all pointing down. When the lines are below the red line, the market's oversold. So it's very easy to see. All right, gang. Sorry, no trade this morning. We will reconvene again Thursday, same bad time, same bad channel. And we are here to help. The tools work great. Reach out if you've got any questions. Reach out to whoever you're coaching with, or schedule some time with me, and I'm happy to go over things with you. All right, thanks so much. See you Thursday. Bye-bye.